Guys, double wide 6, and today I'm working on this, I believe it's a little Wonder leaf blower. It has 8 horsepower Briggs, and when I got this, it didn't have a spark plug in it, and I put my finger over the spark plug hole and tried to give it a pull, and there's a little bit of compression, but not enough compression to knock my finger off the hole. So I believe what we have here is a stuck valve. I'll bring you guys in and show you. The story with this thing is it was out for free, and as I said, it was missing the spark plug. The only thing that I've done is I put a little bit of air in the tires so that I can move it around easy. And I'm just getting it up on the lift now, and we'll try and take a look down in this spark plug hole. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but you can see the intake valve. I'm going to try and pull the engine over a little. There's the valve lifting up and going down. So we know the intake valve is at least moving. And what I want to try and do, I can't quite see or feel the exhaust valve, but I'm going to try and oil it up to determine if that exhaust valve's even moving or if it's stuck in the up position. I have this spray bottle. It's 50% acetone and ATF. I'm gonna kind of flood down the cylinder a little bit, and you know, this is good penetrating oil, and we'll see if that runs along the valve. Now, I've done this repair before on a Tecumseh engine, and I know I was able to move both valves with a screwdriver, where in this case I can only see the intake valve. I can't quite see the exhaust valve. So what I'm going to try and do is put a screwdriver in there and see if I can feel it at all. Yeah, really don't think I can't feel it. I can't get the screwdriver in the right angle to get over there. What I'd like to be able to do is see the valve and move it a little bit without taking off the head. I think my next step, I'm going to pull off this muffler. So it looks like there's 3 bolts holding on this muffler. Down here it has tabs bent over to protect the nuts from backing out. So we'll just bend these ears straight. And because these are prone to rust and break, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out by hand. So I'm going to go forward and back a few times. That looks like it's moving. So that one I'll pull out with the impact. They're pretty rusted, but they seem to be moving all right. Alright. And we'll just back these out. Alright. So now we can look in there and we should be able to see the valve stem. So here's a look in the exhaust port here with the muffler off, and you can see the valve stem in there. It's shining a little bit, and the reason it's shiny is because that penetrating fluid is making its way down there. And what I can do is I can get a screwdriver up in here and I can tap slightly on this up by the valve head. I'm gonna put a screwdriver all the way up top there, and I'm gonna see if I can get it to spin a little bit. But before I do that, I'm going to lube up the valve a little better now that I have better access. Okay, so I'm going to put some more oil in here. And what I want to do is I don't want to hit the stem and scratch that up. So I'm going to follow the stem all the way up to the top of the valve. And I'm going to try and put a little pressure up there and see if I can't get it to spin. That looked like it turned a little bit. Let's see if it did anything. Gonna pull it over. Oh yeah. Now it's at least moving. Still don't know if it's gonna close all the way, but what I'm gonna do is I'll compression test it, try it with my thumb again, and we'll see if I can hold my finger on there. Oh yeah. There's compression, but the problem is it's not that good. I don't think it's seating that well, but the valve's definitely now moving up and down. Or down. I think it was stuck in that up position. I think as that oil works in there, the compression's going to go up. I'm going to try and put a little fuel down here. I don't think this thing will crank over just because there we go. Because the compression's so low. But what I'm thinking is if I can get it to run, the valves will end up seating. Apparently this thing sat for a while. That's why the valves were sticking. So we'll just pull it a few times, see if we get anything. This pulling over actually helps get the valves worn in a little bit. It's probably flooded. Try a little more fuel. Well, that was real close. I think if I can get it to run, like I said, the valves will seat themselves, things like out of gas. It's trying. So I think try that again, and then I might try and put some fuel in it and see if I can get it to run. She's trying. We're going to put a little bit of fuel in this. The tank is like bone dry. So we'll put a little fuel in there. That should be enough. See if we can get it to fire and run and sort of seat itself. See what we get. I got lucky on this one, guys. I didn't have to take the whole thing apart. And, you know, that valve worked itself in here. I checked the compression. You can see it's blowing my finger off the spark plug hole. So, compression's good. I got a pretty low reading on my compression gauge. And, well, there's two reasons. Number one, that thing's leaking. There's something up with my compression gauge. And number two, I think this engine has a compression release. So it probably only gets about, I don't know, 55 or so PSI before that release lets the pressure out. So anyhow, guys, this was an easy one. Pretty happy about this. And you'll have to let me know. You can let me know if this engine, it's a Briggs 8 horsepower flathead IC engine. Does it have a compression release? Pretty sure it does, like I said. So thanks for watching, guys, and let me know down in the comments. Take care.